Hi everyone, this is Katie, and I'm recording this video outside at night right now because I got hit with a sudden, intense need to make this video, and I felt like it had to be done out here. So, for whatever reason, here I am, and hopefully this time I will be able to say what I want to say, because I just tried to record this video a few minutes ago, but some chick started having a massive meltdown and throwing a tantrum and yelling and shit like right nearby, and it totally messed the whole thing up. So hopefully it'll go all right this time. It's kind of ridiculous sometimes, the interruptions that happen. So in this video I want to talk about some things I'm integrating around. I'm integrating extremely heavily. Right now, it's the week before my mother's birthday, which is an intense time for us with RAMC triggers. And while we haven't had to deal with accessing, as far as we know, around it, we just have been finding ourselves in a more acute space of processing trauma. We've been going through these, I don't know what the word is for it. Episodes is not right, because it's not like a mental illness, it's processing. But we've been going through these periods of time where we heavily process trauma to the point where we hardly feel like we can take it, and then we experience intense relief followed by more processing. And it's gotten to be really exhausting, and we honestly feel like we're actually sick right now, like we have a virus or something. But we're still up and about, and right now we're especially up and about because we're on an upswing with all this, where we are heavily experiencing relief and solidifying around the trauma we just integrated with, and really going deeply into a space of joy. Processing is not just processing trauma for us, it's also processing a lot of positive emotion and awareness. And the more we heal from MK, the more clear this comes. And there is a mosquito on my back that is biting me. That's why I was scratching before. It's uncomfortable. So anyways, yes, we've been processing a lot of positive stuff more and more as we heal. And we've come to a place of deep integration today, where we have been rapidly recovering not just intellectual but emotional memory around these lists we made when we were a kid of things to do if we ever got free from MK. So kind of like a bucket list, but instead of it being things we want to do before we die, it's specifically things we wanted to do if we got free from MK. And we've actually been doing a lot around this lately by reading the Lord of the Rings series aloud to our partner. Because when we were a little kid, we were in Barnes & Noble with our mother one day, and she went up to, I guess, buy something from a cashier, and when she talked to her, she allegedly found out that the cashier's husband was reading Lord of the Rings aloud to her. We were probably buying a Lord of the Rings book or something, and that's why she said it. If she said it at all, I never want to be too trusting of my mother's words, but I think this was true because of how deeply we connected with it. And it doesn't quite fit for the context that it was something my mother made up. I remember my mother's tone was actually kind of scoffing, but we took it in really deeply as something that we wanted one day. We wanted to be the ones to read aloud to a husband or wife or non-binary partner of our choosing. I'm not sure if we had much gender in mind, but even at the age we were in that memory, we were definitely feeling non-binary. We've always felt non-binary as far as we can recall. But, yeah, we really intensely connected to this. And we promised ourselves that if we got out of MK, we would read The Lord of the Rings aloud to whoever our love was. And now that we have that person and we are considerably free from MK, we have been reading The Lord of the Rings aloud to him. We are almost done with the series and feeling an intense amount of joy bursting as we realize that we are almost finished with our goal. And of course, we plan to read a wide variety of Tolkien-related and mythology in general related things to our partner over time, but to actually finish reading the trilogy to him after reading him The Hobbit, we feel this intense lightness, this intense relief. We can also tell that there's so much left for us to do, and that we will probably never be able to do all the things we wanted to do if we got free in this lifetime. But we still feel considerable relief. We've also been making big headway in doing something else, a project that we aren't actually able to talk about on here right now, regretfully, but something that is of extreme importance to us. And that is bringing us a lot of relief, although it's just in the beginning stages and we're still not confident that it's going to work out, although I have a feeling it will. Something else too, a big thing, is that because our partner's attempts to get off methadone have not worked out in recent times, and he has been systematically building his dose back up to something he can cope with without getting too sick at the end of the day and in the night. And it doesn't look like he's going to be trying to get off it again for a while, as he definitely needs a period of stabilization. We have decided that for now we're going to focus our efforts not on traveling like we've talked about previously on this channel, but on moving somewhere that is more conducive to both of our healing. Both of us are not happy where we're living. There are not a lot of resources here, socially, culturally, in terms of nature. It's just a place that, while it is very beautiful in certain parts and we have met a few nice people, it's still very devoid. And so we've decided to focus our efforts on moving somewhere that feels better. And things have lined up in a very positive and very beautiful way for us to pursue moving somewhere. I'm not going to say where at this point, but moving somewhere that happens to be the closest city that we could move to, near a forest that was of extreme importance to me when I was a child. This place is not in Texas or anywhere in the South, but it is somewhere that I visited as a kid. And that is a place, it is a place that I made an extremely intense commitment to go back to and to spend extensive time in, if possible, if I were to get free from MK. And so, while it will be a bit difficult getting out to this forest from the place we're planning to move, it will be doable, and just being near it will be of fantastic comfort to me, to my whole system. And I feel like if I can really get out there and spend some time there, I will massively lift more burdens from my heart. As, like I said, this is just a place of extreme importance to us since we were small. For some reason, I'm very triggered. I think it's because of the feeling of the bug bite on my back. And also just being out here right now. I'm actually sitting on a little playscape at a park, as it has the best lighting. And just being in a playground is bringing up a lot of sadness from my childhood. All of the things I'm talking about remind me of something that I read a while ago that said that grief is love that did not get a chance to express itself. I'm going to Google it after I finish recording this and see if I can find out where that quote's from, and I'll put something about it in the description. But it really, really hit me when I read it, and it's hitting me all the more now, as I realize that that is why I feel these burdens lifting, is because all those lists I made of things I wanted to do when I got free, the things on it that were most heartfelt, It was love that I wasn't getting a chance to express in MK. It was deep connection and spirituality that I was not having the opportunity to feel or express in full or share with others. And that brought me great grief.